The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. They'll run with the former LSU Tiger.
Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mobley.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's corner. And he'll be touchdown in the end, but a big play on that one.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
His pass caught with the throw. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan in on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Back to throw now on first down. Fighting to stay upright. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert.
Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Second and a couple.
Herbert now. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. 2nd and 11.
Got him in. It's Tyquan Thornton.
And out across midfield down to the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On third down, Mobley. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Knock down walls, it's outrageous. The quarterback calls, I don't like 12, they said Tom Brady. If you short my stock, but still stack tall, you still can't trade me. Storms are mine, but you know she living.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Porter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Isaiah Likely
From 10 yards out.
And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score, Chargers 14, Buccaneers 7. Daniel Carlson steps to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Chargers at 9-2 to start play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Buccaneers 7.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Herbert.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside. So they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
Again, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Herbert throwing again. They'll roll him out right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Here's Herbert. Touchdown! From 19 yards away.
And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Throwing out left and finding Likely.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
A shotgun snap for Herbert.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw here, Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Chargers are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond. Not just...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. He may go. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air, escaping the pressure right.
And he gets this to Thornton.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Down inside the 10.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Danny Gray.
43 yards.
And the Buccaneers are able to claw one back.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points.
The score, Chargers 42, Buccaneers 15.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Herbert now.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. He'll look to throw.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Third down and 13. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first two quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Now it's Herbert. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 18.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Herbert. Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Buccaneers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
From the 43, here's second down and 1.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Tyquan Thornton.
57 yards.
And the Bucs get a bit closer.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Charger drive about to get going.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Clark. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A first down there and a pickup of 25. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Herbert back to the air. On Herbert, his third interception. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. On 3rd down, Mobley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer from 3 yards out. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because there's...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Again, Herbert.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep them from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Herbert now. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Got his man. It's Thornton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tyquan Thornton with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here's Herbert. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Chargers are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Now a toss coming right side. Mitchell, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And he gets this to Thornton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 15.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Herbert. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his man complete. That's Porter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw now on first down. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season. But on game day, You both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense